Fast track hope in 5 steps. Do you ever feel like you're lost in a fog? Like you're trying to find your way through a thick, heavy mist where the sun should be, and you've started to forget what warmth even feels like? It's that feeling of being stuck, where every direction looks the same, just a wall of gray uncertainty. That isn't just sadness, it's despair. It's the deep down belief that things aren't okay, and they'll never be okay again. It's a profoundly human and profoundly painful place to be. If you're there right now, or if you've been there, the most important thing you need to hear is this: you are not alone. Hopelessness is a universal struggle. But what if there was a shortcut through that fog? Not a magic wand that makes it vanish, but a clear, marked path that leads you, step by step, back toward the light. What if you could find a faster, more direct route from the heart of despair to the edge of optimism? We're not going to just talk about hope as some abstract, distant star. We're going to build a practical, 5-step express lane to get you there. This is a method designed to put your journey from feeling lost back to feeling hopeful on the fast track. The problem, the anatomy of hopelessness. Before we can build our fast track, we have to understand the terrain. Hopelessness isn't some kind of personal failing. It's a psychological state. It's a heavy cocktail of emotion, thought, and belief. At its core, hopelessness is the gut feeling that things will not get better and that you are powerless to change anything. It's an emotional state that shows up when you're going through hell, and it can leave you feeling trapped, sad, and full of self-doubt. This can be triggered by a major life event, chronic stress, or mental health conditions like depression. But what's fascinating, and this is the foundation of everything we're doing today, is that hope and its absence isn't just a feeling. It's a cognitive process. It's a way of thinking. Research in positive psychology, especially from Martin Seligman, gave us the concept of learned helplessness. This is what happens when, after repeated bad experiences, we have no control over. We learn to believe we have no control over anything, so we stop trying, even when a door for positive change swings wide open. We literally learn to be helpless. That is the state of despair. It's a story your brain has learned, a script it repeats. There's no point. It won't work. I can't. And this story feels incredibly real. It hijacks our brains, making the part responsible for planning and problem solving, the prefrontal cortex, less active. At the same time, our brain's threat detection system, the amygdala, goes into overdrive. We become biologically wired to see more threats and fewer solutions. But here's the game-changing truth. If helplessness can be learned, then so can hope. Psychologists define hope not as wishful thinking, but as a cognitive skill set. It has 3 key parts: having a clear goal for the future, believing in your own ability to get there, and seeing multiple paths to your destination. Hope isn't an emotion you just wait around for, it's an action you take. It's a muscle you can build. And today, we're putting that muscle into a training program. We are going to learn optimism, and we're going to do it on an accelerated timeline. The Fast Track Framework Explained. The title of this video is Fast Track Hope. So I want to be crystal clear about what fast track means here. This isn't a promise of an instant, effortless cure for deep and legitimate pain. There's no magic pill that will dissolve hardship. Acknowledging our pain and processing it is a vital part of being human. So, why call it a fast track? Because when you feel like you're drowning in despair, you don't need a leisurely swim to shore. You need a lifeline, and you need it now. The fast track is about efficiency and momentum. It's inspired by models used in project management, designed to create real, measurable progress in a short amount of time by focusing only on high-impact actions. It's about breaking the cycle of overthinking and inactivity that keeps us stuck. Think of it this way. When you're lost in that fog, your mind just spins in circles, replaying the same negative thoughts, the same fears, the same regrets. You're moving, but you're going nowhere. You're just digging a deeper rut. Our 5-step method is a straight line. It's designed to interrupt that circular pattern and create forward momentum, even if it's just an inch at a time. Each step is a deliberate, evidence-based move, designed to do one thing: give your brain proof that change is possible. We're going to systematically target the thoughts and behaviors that keep hopelessness alive. It's an accelerated path because it's intentional and structured. It doesn't skip the journey, but it does stop you from wandering in circles. It gives you the quickest route from point A, I can't, to point B, maybe I can. And that maybe is exactly where hope starts to breathe again. Step 1, acknowledge and anchor. The first step on our fast track is probably the most counterintuitive one. When you're in immense pain, your every instinct screams to either fight it, run from it, or numb it. We're going to do none of those things. Step 1 is to acknowledge and anchor. First, acknowledge. This means turning toward your feeling of hopelessness just for a moment and giving it permission to be there without judgment. You don't have to like the feeling. You don't have to agree with the thoughts it brings. You just have to say, I see you. I feel this pain. It's here. This comes from practices like mindfulness and acceptance and commitment therapy. Fighting our feelings often just gives them more power. It's like wrestling with a shadow. The more you struggle, the bigger it gets. By simply naming it, this is despair, or I'm feeling hopeless, you take away its monstrous, undefined shape and turn it into something you can observe instead of being consumed by. But acknowledgement, without an anchor, can feel like a free fall. That's why the second part is crucial. Anchor. After you acknowledge the storm inside, you have to anchor yourself to the solid ground of right now. Hopelessness lives in the future. It's a story about a future that's bleak and unchangeable. To get out, you have to yank yourself out of that imaginary future and into the physical reality of the present. This is a skill, and here's your first exercise. It's a grounding technique you can do anywhere, anytime. Right now, engage your senses. First, name 5 things you can see around you. Don't just glance, really look. Notice the color of the wall, the texture of your desk, the way light hits an object. Say them out loud if you can. Second, name 4 things you can physically feel. The pressure of your feet on the floor, the fabric of your clothes, the cool air from a vent, the phone in your hand. Third, name 3 things you can hear. The hum of your computer, a distant siren, the sound of your own breath. Fourth, name 2 things you can smell. The coffee on your desk, maybe the scent of rain from an open window. And finally, name 1 thing you can taste. The lingering flavor of your last meal, or just the taste of your own mouth. What you just did was pull your brain out of the abstract, terrifying world of worry and anchor it in the simple, non-threatening reality of the present. The story of everything is awful and always will be can't coexist with the plain, factual sensation of my feet are on the floor. This acknowledge and anchor technique is your emergency brake. When you feel that spiral of despair starting, stop. Acknowledge the feeling. I'm feeling hopeless. Then, run the 5 to 4 3 2 1 exercise. Anchor yourself. This is the first, most critical step. It creates the space, that single, precious moment of stillness that makes everything else possible. Step 2. Isolate and inquire. Once you've anchored yourself in the present, you have a small but powerful bit of leverage. The feeling might still be there, but you're no longer completely drowning in it. You've got a foothold on solid ground. From here, we can begin step 2. Isolate and inquire. Hopelessness often feels like a giant, suffocating blanket. It's just a heavy everything. The goal of isolate is to call its bluff. Everything isn't wrong. A specific thing is wrong, and your mind is blowing it out of proportion. Our job is to find the specific thought at the heart of the feeling. This is a core technique in cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. You're becoming a detective of your own mind. When that wave of despair hits, ask yourself, what specific thought just ran through my head? Don't settle for, I feel hopeless. Dig deeper. Was the thought, I'll never find a partner? Was it, I'll always be a failure at work? Or, my financial situation is impossible and it will never get better? Isolate that single, specific, catastrophic thought that's fueling the fire. Write it down if you can. Putting a thought on paper yanks it out of the echo chamber in your head and makes it something you can actually examine. Let's say you isolate the thought, I am a complete failure. Now for the second part, inquire. You don't fight the thought. You don't try to force its opposite. I'm a massive success. That almost never works. Instead, you question it like a scientist questioning a hypothesis. With genuine curiosity, here are 4 simple but powerful questions to ask that thought. Is this thought 100% true? Is it an objective fact that I am a complete failure? Have I never succeeded at anything in my entire life? Not one small thing? The answer is almost always no. This question shatters the absolute black and white thinking that depression loves. What's a more balanced and compassionate way to see this? Instead of, I am a complete failure, maybe it's, I feel like a failure right now because I had a setback at work. I've had successes before, and I'm just struggling in this one area at this moment. This brings in nuance and a little kindness. What's the effect of believing this thought? When I buy into the thought, I'm a complete failure, how do I feel? What do I do? It probably makes you feel paralyzed, sad, and unwilling to try. You start to see that the thought itself is a self-fulfilling prophecy. What would be the effect of letting this thought go, or just holding it more lightly? If you didn't have to treat I'm a complete failure as gospel, what might be possible? Maybe you could try again. Maybe you could ask for help. Maybe you could just feel a little bit lighter by isolating the toxic thought and questioning its validity. You're performing cognitive restructuring. You're basically taking the vague, overwhelming monster of despair and showing it for what it is, a single, manageable lie. Before we jump to the crucial third step, I want to ask you to do something. The journey out of hopelessness is often lit by small sparks of evidence that things can be different. In the comments below, share one small, specific thing that has given you even a sliver of hope in the past. It could be a song, a quote, a kind word, or just the way the sun looked one morning. By sharing your spark, you're not just reminding yourself that light exists. You could be lighting a path for someone else, scrolling through these comments in the dark. Let's build a collective library of hope together. Step 3. Activate the body. We've worked with the present moment, and we've worked with our thoughts. Now, it's time for a radical shift. Step 3 is activate the body. This is based on a powerful strategy known as behavioral activation, and its core idea is revolutionary if you're stuck in despair. Motivation does not come before action. Action comes before motivation. When you feel hopeless, your body feels it too. You feel heavy, sluggish, drained. The absolute last thing you want to do is move. The thought of exercising, cleaning, or even just showering can feel like climbing Everest. Hopelessness lies to you and says, wait until you feel better to do something. Behavioral activation tells the truth. Do something in order to feel better. Action is the physical antidote to the mental state of helplessness. It directly fights the belief that you are powerless by giving you immediate, tangible proof that you can, in fact, have an effect on your world. The key here, and the reason this is a fast-track step, is that we're not talking about huge, overwhelming actions. We are talking about micro-actions. The goal is to make the action so small, so laughably easy, that the I can't part of your brain doesn't even have time to argue. Your hopeless mind says, you should clean the whole house, but that's impossible. So just stay in bed. Your behavioral activation mind says, pick up one piece of trash and put it in the bin. Your hopeless mind says, you need to apply for 10 jobs, but you're too tired, so what's the point? Your behavioral activation mind says, open your laptop. That's it. Just open the lid. This isn't about finishing the goal. It's about starting the motion. Every tiny action you take sends a message back to your brain that says, see, I'm not completely powerless. I can do this. Each action is a vote for your own agency. It's a small deposit in your hope bank. Here's your exercise. I want you to pick one micro action to do immediately after this video. It has to be a physical action, not think about something you do with your body. Ideas. Stand up and stretch for 10 seconds. Walk to the kitchen and drink 1 glass of water. Take out the recycling. Put on your shoes. You don't have to go anywhere. Just put them on. Send a 1-sentence text to a friend, thinking of you. The task isn't to feel like doing it. The task is to just do it. Notice your mind's resistance. It'll tell you it's pointless, it's stupid, it won't change anything. Acknowledge that thought, and then activate your body anyway. You are breaking the powerful link between your feelings and your actions. You're teaching yourself that you are in charge of your body, not your fleeting emotions. This is the fastest way to build a sense of self-efficacy, the belief in your own ability to get things done, which is a core ingredient of hope. Don't wait to feel good to move. Move, and the good feelings will eventually, cautiously, follow. Step 4. Gather your evidence. So we've anchored in the present, questioned our thoughts, and activated our bodies. We've created momentum, but hope can be a fragile thing. To grow strong, it needs to be fed. That brings us to step 4. Gather your evidence. Our brains have a well-known negativity bias. We are naturally wired to pay more attention to and give more weight to negative experiences than positive ones. When you're hopeless, this bias is cranked to the max. Your brain becomes a brilliant lawyer, arguing the case for your own despair, and it will ignore any evidence that contradicts its case. Your job in this step is to become the opposing counsel. You have to intentionally and systematically gather evidence for the case for hope. This is about actively looking for and documenting the good, not in a naive, everything is amazing way, but in a deliberate, I refuse to let the small positives be erased way. This practice retrains your brain to start noticing the glimmers of light you were previously blind to. So, how do you do it? Start a hope journal or even just a note on your phone. At the end of each day, you must find and write down 3 specific things, but not just any 3 good things. We're being strategic. You're going to gather evidence in 3 distinct categories. 1 thing you accomplished. This connects to step 3. It has to be a specific action you completed. Again, think micro. Not wrote a novel, but wrote 1 sentence. Or, I actually made my bed this morning. Or, I took a shower. This provides evidence of your own capability. 1 thing you found beautiful or enjoyable. This trains your brain to look for positive sensory input. It could be the taste of my coffee, I heard a bird singing, or I saw a really cool cloud. This provides evidence that beauty still exists in the world, even when you're in pain. 1 piece of evidence that things might get better. This is the most directly hope-focused one. It can be something you saw, read, or heard. Maybe a friend mentioned a job opening. Maybe you read an article about a new discovery. Maybe you simply reminded yourself of a time you overcame a challenge, proving you've been resilient before. You're looking for any data point, no matter how small, that contradicts the absolute certainty of a bleak future. At first, this exercise might feel forced. Your despairing mind will protest. This is pointless. Nothing good happened. Your job is to push back gently and say, I'm going to find 3 things. Even if they feel ridiculously small, write them down. I brushed my teeth. 2. My pillow felt soft. 3. I survived today, which is proof it's possible to survive tomorrow. You are creating a document. You are building a case file. When that wave of hopelessness hits, when your brain tells you that story, it's all bad, it's always been bad, it always will be bad, you can literally pull out your phone or journal and say, that's not what the evidence shows. You'll have a written record in your own hand that proves your despair is a liar. This isn't positive thinking. This is factual reporting. And over time, this growing body of evidence will become a powerful shield. Step 5. Chart a micro course. We've arrived at the final step, the one that takes all the momentum we've built and aims it at the future. This is step 5. Chart a micro course. Hope, at its core, is about believing in a better future. But when you're in despair, the future is a terrifying concept. It feels huge, empty, and full of potential pain. Thinking about big goals, find a new career, get healthy, fix my relationship, is so overwhelming it can shut your brain down and send you right back to square one. A micro course is the exact opposite. It's about creating the smallest, most manageable, forward-looking plan possible. It's about giving your future a tiny bit of structure, a single next step. According to hope theory, hope thrives when we have both agency, the belief we can act, and pathways, the belief that there are routes to our goals. The last few steps were about building your agency. This step is about creating a pathway, but we're not building a super highway. We're just clearing a tiny footpath, big enough for one more step. The goal is to define one meaningful, achievable goal for the immediate future, not a 5-year plan, a 1-day or 1-week plan. And the goal has to be an action within your control. Here's how it works. First, pick one small area where you'd like to see a glimmer of progress. Let's say it's your physical health. The hopeless mind says, I'm so unhealthy, it's a lost cause. The micro course mind asks, what is one tiny action I can take this week that would be a step toward health? It's not start a new diet and exercise plan. That's way too big. A micro course is, this week, I will go for a 10-minute walk on Tuesday. Or even smaller, I will add one vegetable to my dinner every night this week. It's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, smart, but on a microscopic scale. Another example, loneliness. The hopeless mind says, I have no friends, and I'll always be alone. A micro course is not go out and make friends. A micro course is, this week, I will text one person from my contacts I haven't spoken to in a while, just to say hi. This step is so powerful because it translates the vague wish for things to be better into a concrete, executable command. It gives your brain a target. Achieving these tiny goals delivers a little dopamine hit and reinforces the belief that you can shape your future, even in a small way. It creates a positive feedback loop. You set a micro goal, you achieve it. You feel a flicker of confidence and hope, and that gives you the energy to set the next one. So here's your final task. Choose one area of your life, just one, and chart a single micro course for the next 7 days. Write it down. This week, I'll spend 15 minutes organizing one drawer. This week, I'll read one chapter of a book. Your course should feel almost absurdly small. That's how you know you've got it right. You are not trying to solve your entire life. You are just trying to take the next step, and then the one after that. That is how you walk your way out of the fog. We've covered a lot of ground in a short amount of time. We started in the fog of despair, and we've now laid down a 5-step path, a fast track leading toward the light. Let's recap the journey. Step 1 was acknowledge and anchor. We learned to face our pain without judging it, and then ground ourselves in the solid reality of the present moment. Step 2 was isolate and inquire. We became detectives of our own minds, finding the specific toxic thoughts behind our despair and questioning them with curiosity. Step 3 was activate the body. We embraced the truth that action comes before motivation, using micro-actions to prove to our brains that we are not powerless. Step 4 was gather your evidence. We became reporters, documenting small wins, moments of beauty, and glimmers of possibility to build an undeniable case file for hope. And finally, Step 5 was chart a micro course. We learned to look to the future not with fear, but with focus, setting tiny, achievable goals that create a path forward. These 5 steps are not a magic spell. They are a practice. They're a set of skills. Hope isn't something you find. It's something you build. You build it with each conscious breath, each questioned thought, each small action, each piece of evidence, and each tiny step. The journey from despair back to hope might be long, but it doesn't have to be aimless. You now have a map. You have a direct, actionable path to follow. The fog might not vanish all at once, but with these tools, you can start walking with the quiet confidence that you are, finally, headed in the right direction. You have the power to fast-track your own hope. Building hope is an ongoing process, a muscle that gets stronger every time you use it. If you're committed to this practice and want to explore more strategies for building a resilient and hopeful life, consider subscribing to join our community. You don't have to walk this path alone. There is strength in knowing that others are on this journey with you. taking it one step at a time. Thanks for being here today.